page 346, the Gita, take 3. Now, if anyone were to say that this belittles the Guru, I would reply that even a fire is ignited by the flame of a lamp. So, through the power of the Lord, Arjuna is even more powerful than he is, yet he likes the praise to be given to Arjuna. Such is his glory. A father likes to be excelled by his son in every quality, and Arjuna fulfilled this desire in Krishna. Truly, O king, through Krishna's grace, Arjuna has attained such a state. The side on which Arjuna fights with the firm purpose will surely be victorious. Do you doubt this? If this weren't true, and there would be no meaning in victory. Therefore, wherever Krishna, Lakshmi, and Arjuna are present, there will also be victory and prosperity. If you have faith in Vyasa's words, believe also that my words are true. For wherever the consort of Lakshmi is with the company of his devotees, there will be happiness and blessing. If these words were untrue, then I wouldn't call myself Vyasa's disciple. With this statement, Sanjaya raised his hand high, thus proclaiming in a single verse the whole essence of the Mahabharata. Sanjaya offered it to the king of the Kurus. How great fire is! It is set to the wick of a lamp. It can produce light in the absence of the sun. The limitless Vedas are expressed in the 125,000 verses of the Mahabharata, and the essence of all these is expressed in the 700 verses of the Gita. Similarly, the substance of these verses is expressed in the last verse of the Gita, which is the final statement of Sanjaya, Vyasa's disciple. A person who puts his whole trust in this one verse has overcome every form of ignorance. This verse of the Gita upholds all other 700 verses. Yet should they be called verses? Aren't they the finest nectar in heaven of the Gita? Instead, these verses seem like pillars erected in the assembly of the hall of the self. The Gita is like the goddess Bhagavati, whose praises are sung in the 700 hymns of the Spatashati scripture. By joyfully slaying Mahisha, the demon of illusion, she brought about his liberation. For this reason, he who worships the Gita with body, mind, and speech will become the lord of the realm of self-realization. By means of the Gita, Lord Krishna has created the light of these 700 verses. These 700 suns in the form of verses, in order to dispel the darkness of ignorance. They are like an arbor of vines loaded with grapes, under whose shade those who are weary of their journey through life may rest. They are lotuses in the lake of Krishna, on which they are blessed saints, as bees may feast. Indeed, they are not verses. They seem rather to be poets whose praise the greatness of the Gita. All the scriptures have come to dwell in the city of the Gita after the beautiful wall of these 700 verses was built. Isn't the Gita like a wife lovingly spreading out her arms to embrace her Lord, the universal self? These verses are bees attracted to the lotuses of the Gita, the waves on the ocean of the Gita, the steeds of Krishna yoked to the chariot of the Gita. They are like the confluence of the holy rivers, flowing into the Ganges of the Gita with Arjuna as at the festival of Sinhashta. Yet these are not so much verses as wish-fulfilling gems, which grant to the mind the vision of the inconceivable absolute, or a grove of trees granting the experience of the changeless one. In this way, there are 700 verses, each one better than the other. How can any one of them be given special praise? Can it be said that one light is earlier and another later? Is the sun older or younger? Is the ocean of nectar deep or shallow? Can one judge whether the wish-fulfilling cow is young or full-grown, such things cannot be done. No one could say that some verses of the Gita are good and others inferior. Can the flowers of the coral tree be differentiated as old and new? It is possible. Is it possible to distinguish between the value of one verse and that of another? Here there isn't even a difference between the reader and what is read. Page 346.